Hey everybody, it's Marshall Mac here. This is going to be my Arrow Season 4, Episode 1 review and rundown. I'm super excited for I'm super excited for the series to be back. I'm super excited. I don't have an Arrow shirt, but I do have a green shirt, so I'm going to be wearing this today because of Green Arrow. There's a lot of stuff to talk about for this episode. It was jam-packed, so let's get started. So starting off, I'm going to start with the present day, then we're going to start with the flashbacks, then I'm going to go to the end credit scene that we saw at the end of the episode. So let's get started with the present day stuff. So present day, I'm loving it. I'm loving everything about it. So let's start with Felicity and Oliver. They are living, what I saw from the trailers and the previews, I thought it was going to be Coast City that they were living in, but it turns out they're actually living in Ivy Town. That is another town in the comics. I'm excited that they're branching out even more towns and cities from the comics and all that stuff. All we need now is like Midway City and all that stuff, but that's going to be in the movies. Suicide Squad, Midway City is going to be in there, but we just need to keep branching out because I love how they're branching out their sort of universe, their thing that they're doing for that universe, which is really exciting. Felicity and Oliver are living together. Oliver was planning on proposing to Felicity, but duty calls when Thea and Laura want them to come back. Which we'll talk about in a minute. But it's really fun to see them, that they're living together, that they're keeping strong. Something's gonna happen to where they're like maybe getting a fight or something. I know it's gonna happen. But for now, we're all good under the hood. So we arrive at Star City, and we do know that Star City is renamed because of Ray Palmer's death. We all know he's not really dead, but Team Arrow and all the people in the show do not know that yet. So they're probably going to find out soon. Ray Palmer is going to have to figure out how to grow back, because he shrank down, so he's going to have to learn how to grow as well. Adam Smasher joke, can I get a high five? Anyway, Laurel and Thea and Diggle, we're all going after this Cord Industries truck. We get another Cord Industries Easter egg. Of course, we know that there's so many Cord Industries Easter eggs in here. If you guys don't know who Ted Cord is actually Blue Beetle from the comics. One of the Blue Beetles. And he has been used a lot in Easter eggs. Recently, there was this thing with Lex Luthor in the movies that they Easter egged Cord Industries. So the movies and the TV shows are Easter egging them a lot. Obviously, we know now that he's going to be in the movies because of the Blue Beetle Booster Gold Blue Beetle and Booster Gold movie that they're doing. So probably going to be after 2020, just because of the DC lineup that they have. But anyway, so we do know that he's not coming on the show anytime soon, but they keep Easter egging them. I think that Arrow has the most Easter eggs out of all the shows, all the DC shows, so that's really fun that they just keep Easter egging Ted Cord. It's really cool. There's another character that they keep Easter egging, but I'm going to talk about that in a minute. Anyway, but they are going after the Ghosts. Now, the Ghosts are the people that stole the truck in the first place. They are being controlled by Damian Darhk, who is working with H.I.V.E. I'm going to talk a little bit about... I can't talk today. I'm going to talk a little bit about that later. But yeah, I'm really excited to see what Damian Darhk and all that stuff is going on with the Ghosts. I hope that they keep continuing going cray, keep doing all this amazing, weird, crazy stuff that they're doing. Oliver and Felicity end up coming back to Star City. Thea's dealing with a little bit of Lazarus Pit effects, what we're going to talk about later. Laurel's kind of dealing with Laurel and Quentin will have some scenes, obviously their daughter and father, so they're going to have some scenes as well. So I'm liking the whole dynamic. We got some Diggle and Lila scenes that we're going to be, kind of handling. Now, as well as Oliver's return, Diggle has not been dealing with that as well as he should be. Lila was talking about how Lila's forgiven Oliver, but, Diggle hasn't, so that's going to be really fun to watch. They kind of healed it a little bit by the end of the episode, but I'm really not there yet. They're not there yet either, so they'll probably keep progressing that later on in future episodes, which is going to be fun for me, because I love watching them kind of because Diggle, you gotta understand, Diggle's, really upset, and I think, Lila's forgiven Oliver, but Diggle still has issues with that, Diggle's known Oliver longer. Diggle's been with Oliver since the beginning, so losing his trust was, a big thing. So it's gonna take a little bit more to heal Diggle's wound. So, yeah, but what are you gonna do, right? So they find out that Damian Darhk's powers are mystical. Oliver does inform him. The powers are mystical. He is not a metahuman, so that's gonna be some more fun stuff to look forward to. Season 4 is gonna be a little bit more about mystical stuff. We got the Lazarus Pit from Season 3. We got Constantine coming, so all that's gonna be, this season's gonna be a lot of bit mystical. Hopefully Vixen makes an appearance, at least at the end. Maybe we can get a Vixen Easter egg going, but, or not Easter egg, Vixen appearance going, but I don't know. Then they ended up, Oliver ended up suiting up in the new suit. Cisco made the suit. I'm loving it. It looks amazing. The gauntlets and stuff, like how they've done like the lines and all that stuff, and like the ones on the shoulders right here that have that little space, the gap in between. I'm not really feeling it. I actually do not like sleeveless Oliver. I definitely like how he had the sleeves better. But I do like the armor. I do like the armor looking, awesome hood. The mask looks a little different. I don't know if they changed the mask at all, but it looked a little different. So everything looks a little bit different this time around. So it's cool. It's growing on me. I like the whole. It looks like there's like some kind of pellets or whatever that's in here and all that armor and stuff. I love it. I just don't like the whole sleeveless thing. Hopefully I'll get used to it, but I don't know. Because Green Arrow is supposed to be sleeveless, but it just looks weird on Oliver. So, I don't know. We're gonna have to see what happens later on in the future. If I do grow on the suit. He ends up informing everybody he is the Green Arrow. That's who he is now. He's not Arrow anymore. He's the Green Arrow. But, yeah, it's really fun. I really like the new suit. It's, there's a few issues, like I said, that I'm just not warmed up to yet. But I feel like I'm going to warm up to it. So, yeah. Like I said, Damian Darhk stuff, he's working with H.I.V.E. And we found out that Quentin is actually working with Damian Darhk. So, in turn, Quentin is working with H.I.V.E. H.I.V.E. is the one who the people who hired Deadshot to kill Diggle's brother. So, we're probably going to get a little bit more of that this season. I'm really excited for what's going on with H.I.V.E. I want some more H.I.V.E. villains to come this season. It's going to be really fun. We're getting Anarchy, too. So, that'll be a really cool villain as well. Now on to the flashbacks. So the flashbacks are going to be separate from the present day. Flashbacks are not going to be intercrossing their stories into present day. They're actually going to be their own separate thing. We were in Coast City for a little bit of the flashbacks this episode. Fun thing, we actually physically saw Green Lantern. We actually physically saw Hal Jordan with his jacket on. I don't know if that's supposed to be literally Green Lantern, like it could be like a different Jordan, it's just like an Easter egg, but I definitely think that is physically Green Lantern. So we basically got Green Lantern and Green Arrow in the same building, which is cool. I think that since the writers, or not the writers, but everybody, since everyone in the team can't use Green Lantern, I feel like they just keep Easter egging him, keep putting him in there, just kind of keep throwing it out there so that someday they can do Green Lantern. I feel like they want to, but they can't because they're not allowed. So I feel like they're just going to keep throwing that down, throwing it in there. We actually physically saw Hal Jordan, so I feel like they're just keep warming up to the idea, like, we're going to do Green Lantern, and they just keep teasing us, so I'm really excited to see what they do if they ever do get to use Green Lantern. Oliver ends up getting thrown into Lian Yu. We're going to be dealing with that this season as well. I'm going to be really excited to see what happens with the flashbacks in Lian Yu, and just see what happens with that as well. Then we get the end credit scene, the big end credit scene. Who is in the grave? So we get a grave. Oliver is kind of just drowning in a pool of, regret and blame and just, about this death this person that he knew personally. Barry shows up, kind of talks a little bit about that. Barry then leaves. There's a little, cameo, whatever you want to call it. Now, a lot of people think that since because the shot with Felicity, and then they go to the grave, like it was Felicity, they had a scene with her in it, and then they straight go to the grave, a lot of people thought, OMG, Felicity's dead. I definitely do not think Felicity is dead. The writers have not said who is in the grave because they haven't wrote that yet. They don't know who's in the grave. They're still trying to figure out which person they want to be in the grave. And Stephen Amell actually posted a video saying that he doesn't know who's in the grave as well. So, what I think is going on is, since they haven't decided, they're still trying to figure out, should they do the whole Felicity thing, like is Felicity going to be dead or whatever? I think there's only 3 people that could be in the grave. Maybe 4. Maybe. I think it's most likely either going to be like Quentin, Diggle, Felicity. I don't think it's, Thea's another possibility, but I don't think it's Felicity. I don't think it's her not Felicity right now. Thea, I don't think it's Thea because they've already killed her and then brought her back. So that'd be a dumb decision to just kill her again. I think that'd be repetitive of the last, storyline that they did, repeating it. So I don't think they'd be going to do that again. Or, I don't think it's Felicity, because Oliver would be Batman-level brooding if it was Felicity. He wouldn't just be like, OMG, this person died, it's regret, it's blame. I think he'd just, totally lose his mind if it was Felicity. Quentin, I think he'd be a little bit sad. I think he'd be, kind of, because he couldn't save Quentin. I don't think he'd be that much affected by it, though. So, I don't think it's Quentin. I think the likely thing here, I think it's Diggle. I think it's Diggle because Diggle has been there since the beginning. He's been like a brother to Oliver. So I think that, Diggle dying would be a really compelling story and really just a low blow. The writers haven't decided who's going to be in that grave. It could be a character we've never met before. I doubt that, though. So I definitely think that right now, it's probably Diggle. I put Diggle at the most likely list, number one of the most likely characters to be in that grave. We're gonna have to find out who's gonna be in there. The writers are gonna have to write it in. We're probably gonna find out maybe mid-season or season finale. So just keep on the lookout for clues of who that could be. I don't know. I don't think they'll put any clues in, but you never know. But yeah, overall, this was a really great episode. It's a really great start to the season. I'm excited. I think overall, Arrow's season premiere was a little bit better than the Flash season premiere, just because Arrow had a lot more action. The pacing was faster. The writing, how they constructed it, was really well done. Everything was really great in that area. So I feel like Arrow won overall the greatest premiere this week for Arrow and the Flash, but the Flash premiere was still amazing. It was still top notch. That segue, the Flash. If you want to see that video, if you want to see my video with the Flash premiere, that's up there and the link's up there, as well as the Gotham video and a few Monsterverse videos as well. I just updated my playlist in the description. The Flash playlist will be in there if you guys want to catch up with that. I only have one video in there because the Flash season just started, but you can still catch up if you haven't seen my video yet. The links are there for my Twitter, Instagram, and Vine. Don't forget to follow those. Updates, Heroes Reborn is tonight. I'll be live tweeting, and I'll post my video for Heroes Reborn tomorrow. So don't forget to watch that. Tomorrow is also Invisible Sister and all that stuff. I'll probably live tweet for those, but I'm not really sure yet. So just keep updated on my Twitter. Other than that, like and favorite this video, and don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.